Okay, good evening, kiddies. Dr. Freedom here with you. And it's time for some Doctor Who news. Well, I'm not going to go into the rest of the spiel because you pretty much already know what's going on. Unless you've been living in a cave or, you've been off in the Congo and didn't understand what those distant drum beats meant. Or if you've been living somewhere in Amish country, milking cows next to a guy named Jebediah all day, you probably should know that yes, Alex Kingston will be returning for the Christmas special this year and reprising her role as Professor Riversong. Now, there are people out there who are already going, "Oh my God, it's going to suck," but at the same time, you have to look at it this way. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I have been getting burnt out on the character, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to seeing just how her, Riversong and the 12th Doctor, played by Peter Capaldi, are going to interact. Versus how her character interacted with, Matt Smith's Doctor and David Tennant's Doctor. Because keep in mind, even though they're claiming that they're going to be doing some changes to Capaldi's character, it's still a whole new ball game. And that's what I'm looking forward to seeing in the Christmas special. But okay, now let's go on to the Jenna Coleman thing. Now, so far, there has been no mention whatsoever of Jenna Coleman having any involvement with the filming of the Christmas special this year. Now, what's going on there? Also, apparently, she's already slated to do a whole slew of conventions across the month of September. Now, does this mean she's already on her way out? She is leaving at the end of the season, and if she is departing, when? But remember, we don't want to go too wild with that because she was apparently leaving last season and then made a last minute decision at the 11th hour, literally, to get back into the episode or get back into the series. So we can't really go too hog wild on that. But chances are, yes, she is probably departing sometime at the end of this series. And as I've said, we've seen no mention of her being involved in the Christmas filming thus far. But okay, now an interesting thing, speaking of Doctor Who filming, this popped up on Twitter today. Lots of location trucks, but no filming in Ashton Court in Bristol today. I'm wondering if this is for the Doctor Who Christmas special. Now, apparently there was allegedly some filming going on yesterday, according to Adam Orford, but, who knows? For sometimes reports get sketchy, but all we can do is look forward to it. Hey, but, you also have to put together the pieces that if they are advertising that Alex Kingston, is going to be in the Christmas special now, usually 9 times out of 10, when they sit down and advertise that a star is going to be in the show, that means they're going to show up the location filming sometime that week because they want to get a jump ahead on the press. But okay, let's go ahead and let's get into it. Let's take a look at what we do have. Let me bring up this particular article because I thought this was very well done. Now, normally I don't recommend Movie Pilot to anybody, but this article here was written by my friend Matt Rose. Now, one of the things I love about Matt's article is he's included the pics here and here. This is one of the Instagram pics. This one's had a little meme added onto it for the Doctor Who Facebook page. And as it already says, we already know Alex Kingston will be returning for Christmas special this year. But he also included the Instagram photo of Peter Capaldi's script at the read-through table. Now, don't bother going ahead and trying to zoom in on it because it's pixelated as normal. You won't be getting a title off of that anytime soon. Now, apparently that this particular episode is being written by Stephen Moffat. It's also going to be executive produced by Brian Minchin and produced by Nikki Wilson and directed by Douglas McKinnon. And there's a name we've seen pop up quite a bit between Doctor Who and Sherlock. Now, Riversong, of course, made her first appearance in Silence, a Library Force of the Dead. We already know that. But what I love about it, now this is what Alex Kingston had to say about her appearance. She said, her reappearance, quote, "To be honest, I did not know whether River would return to the show, but here she is, back with the Doctor for the Christmas special. Stephen Moffat is on glittering form, giving us an episode filled with humor and surprise guest castings. I met Peter for the first time at Monday's read-through. We had a laugh, and I'm now excited and ready to start filming with him and the Doctor Who team. Christmas in September, why not?" Now, Stephen Moffat added, quote, "Another Christmas, another special for Doctor Who, and what could be more special than the return of Alex Kingston as Professor Riversong? The last time the Doctor saw her, she was a ghost. First time he met her, she died. So how can we see her again? As ever, with the most complicated relationship in the universe, it's a matter of time." End quote. Now, the witty lineup of guest cast joining for a magical adventure of the TARDIS, the special surprise guest cast will be announced over the coming months. Now, and if you keep scrolling down here, well, the reason why I like this article, well, oh no, Matt, you did. Okay. Is that he's also talked about the Diarrhea River song, which is going to be out for Big Finish, and also that she'll be appearing in the Doom Coalition with the 8th Doctor, Paul McGann. So right here, this year, we're going to see her. I have to double check, see when this one's getting released. I can't remember if it's this year or early next year. Very sorry. I should know this off the top of my head, and I can't remember. But it's going to be interesting because now we're going to see how she interacts with Peter Capaldi's Doctor, and we're also going to see how she interacts with the Doctor that came way before the one she met. She's going to be interacting with Paul McGann. So it's going to be interesting to hear this on audio right here. Okay, let's get it moving on, shall we? And this is just a reiteration. This is one I was going over to make sure they didn't miss anything. So guess what? We're going to skip that one. Okay, now this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier about there are fans out there who are, a little bit burned out with River Song. And River Song is returning to Doctor Who. Great. Now, what he's trying to say is, basically he says right here, according to now, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He goes, sorry, but I'm still burned out on River Song. Her increasingly convoluted saga with Matt Smith's 11th Doctor was way too long. And even though it's been 14 episodes, series 8 and 2 specials since we've seen her, it still feels like she was just here and I'm completely hijacking the series narrative. Now, the thing is, like I said before, you cannot go ape crap over stuff like this. The thing is, keep in mind, we've seen her interact with Matt Smith. We've seen her interact with Tennant. Let's wait to see how she interacts with Peter Capaldi's Doctor before we start jumping out the window of the nearest high rise. All right. Next up, video roundup. Now, the reason I'm putting this up is it says right here on Doctor News, and I love the fact when they do this. It makes things a lot easier for folks who have missed anything. Various videos have been popping over the last few weeks in anticipation of the series. Included at the bottom is our audio recording from the press Q&A at the German fan event in July. But if you go right here, check these out. Here's all these little nifty videos that have popped up over the last few weeks, including the Waris Hussein visit to the TARDIS set. And, of course, here's the audio for the German event, which is about 24.5 minutes long. So if you want to go get caught up, or if there's any videos you think you missed, interviews or whatnot, boom, here they are right here on Doctor Who News, all assembled for you. Okay, next up, The Death and Resurrections of Doctor Who, a new book which looks at how Doctor Who deals with the issues of death, concept of time travel, regeneration, and redemption has been released. Out of Time, The Deaths and Resurrections of Doctor Who is written by Alec Charles, head of media at the University of Chester. Now, he told the Cheshire today, quote, "It just seemed worth exploring some of the reasons why a low-budget children's show should have endured for more than half a century. It is a book for enthusiasts of the series, but also for people with an interest in cultural studies and theory. I'd hope that a few people who wouldn't normally read cultural theory but love Doctor Who might gain some new insights from reading it. It uses quite complex ideas by far greater thinkers than me to address the subject, but I hope that the topic makes these ideas a bit more accessible." And so this is out now. If you want to go take a look at it, and matter of fact, here's a link if you want to go order it. Matter of fact, this is this link will take you to the Amazon store, the Amazon UK store. So if you want to go look for this book, it looks like it's going to be an interesting read if you're into that type of thing. Okay, moving on. Doctor Who Christmas Specials gift set is coming at last. Now, what this is going on is right here. Now, sorry, I lost my place there for a second. Okay. Now, what they're basically saying right here is this, that apparently, sorry about that. I lost my place. And I read this article earlier and I just completely lost it. Now, according to the listings from Amazon, courtesy of TV shows on DVD, the BBC is set to release Doctor Who The Christmas Specials gift set this November. And according to the item description, this will be the set to own. Quote, "For the first time in one complete set, you will own every Christmas special from the new generation of Doctor Who. David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Peter Capaldi all take starring turns in 11 exhilarating Christmas specials that set the Doctor rushing to save the world from an array of dastardly foes, including the Master, the Cybermen, and even Santa Claus himself." Now, while there's no official confirmation from the BBC yet on this release and no official episode listing, the set should contain all 11 episodes from the Christmas Invasion to Last Christmas. Now, while with the listing already live, it shouldn't be long before we get an official notice from the B. So keep your eye out for this. If you see any more on this, let me know and we'll put it up. Okay, next up, we also have the Churchill Years. They have synopsises now for each of the episodes, and it is now available to pre-order. This is a nice, nifty thing from Big Finish that kind of, it goes into Ian McNeese's Winston Churchill, and it's from a couple different eras of his particular life. And even right down to where he's comfortably retired. And this brings back right here the character of Lily Arwell, which we remember from Dr. Widow in the Wardrobe. So, and it is the same actress, Holly Earl, who is reprising that role. Okay, so if you're interested in this is where you go. This is where you pre-order. Okay, and then lastly, of course, Underwater Menace. Now, this is over AnikaWills.com. She's offering signed copies. You're going to have to go to her page to get all details on how that's going to be done. I heard she's going to possibly start taking pre-orders for that this week. You can find all that on her website. Now, it says right here, this is what's going to be included on the discs. Fully remastered episodes 2 and 3, commentary on episodes 2 and 3, traditional commentary with actors Annika Wills, Fraser Hines, and I love how they listed Annika Wills twice, Brian Hodgson, Catherine Howe, and Quentin Mann. And it's going to be moderated by Toby Haddock. Now, Fishy Tales, making of documentary, that's the making of it, a documentary. The Tales of the TV Center Part 2, program subtitles, and subtitle production notes. And more extras, if they're going to be available, will be announced. I don't think there's going to be any more than that. Now, this is from her site, okay? So I think that the £18.99 includes her signature. So if you want to go order it, boom, here it is on AnikaWills.com. This is a pre-order, keep in mind. Okay, sorry I got a little mush mouth on you tonight. It's just there's been a lot going on, a lot of weirdness and whatnot, little things going on the family front and, some other drama. You know how it goes. Real life can suck sometimes. But you know what? You got to just stick your chin out, keep moving forward, and keep your head held high. That's all I got to tell you, and face it head on. Well, on that happy, optimistic note, I'm going to take off. So I'll catch you all tomorrow night. Matter of fact, down in the comment box, let me know how you feel about River Song returning. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Feel free to sit down and put a comment in the box. Well, take care, guys. Have a good one. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.